Good morning, friends. We just got an Etsy order, and so I thought I would take you along. This is a custom order, so it is not something I have made yet. So I'm going to take you along from the beginning to the end and shipping it off. We're leaving tomorrow for our craft fair, and so I'm going to see if I can get it done and mailed off before tomorrow. But we will see because we have a lot to do today. So this is for a little girl named Joya, and her mom ordered a hat for her. She wanted a fuchsia hat, and so I sent her a picture of the yarn that I have that is the most close to fuchsia to make sure that she was okay, just with the variegated colors. And she said her daughter loves it and to go ahead and make the hat in this color. So this is the yarn. We're gonna wind it up and then we're gonna get started on the hat. So the little girl that it's for, her name is Joya, and she is 3 years old. So the mom wanted something that wasn't a baby hat, but wasn't an adult hat, which I talked about in my last little vlog thing, is that I've had a lot of people ask for hats in like the 3 to 5 year old range. So I'm trying to cater to what the people want and get some of those made. But today we're gonna work on this fuchsia hat for Joya. I'm going to show you later what I do with all these little tidbits from when I wind the yarn and just the little itty bitty scraps. Do you see that? I'll show you later what I did with those because it turned out pretty cool. Oh, I gotta move the coffee out of the way. While I have the winder all set up and the desk cleared off, I'm going to wind all of this so that I have stuff to knit while I'm at the craft fair. And I'm not even sure this will be enough. But I'm gonna get this wound up and then I'll see what all I wanna pack to knit because I will have 2 nights at the hotel. And so I'm hoping I'll have some downtime to knit if I'm not too exhausted. So right now I'm going to get this wound up and then we will start on Joya's hat. All right, I just got everything wound up and I don't think it's gonna be enough, but I'll wind more later. I'm about to cast on for Joya's hat and I wanted to show you guys now that I wound up all the yarn. So I have all these tidbits. You could just throw them away. You could actually compost them because they are 100% merino wool. They are completely biodegradable. So that comes into play with, I'm going to show you guys what I did with these and why I'm doing this. So I bought these suet feeders on Amazon and I filled them with all the yarn scraps so that people could hang them in their trees and the birds can pull out the scraps and use them for their nests. Now, I did some research, and because I had heard that this was not a good idea to do. And so I didn't want to do anything that would harm the birds. So I researched a lot when trying to decide if I should make these to sell for at the craft fair. Now, what I found from, I believe it was the National Wildlife Foundation, and I printed it out too in case anybody at the craft fair questions it, but they said to cut the strings short. So I cut them all short so that the birds are less likely to get tangled in these. And it said to only use 100% natural fibers. So there's none of, this does not include any acrylics. It only includes 100% merino wool. So I feel confident. Hold on just a second. Sorry, my daughter came down to ask a question. Anyways, back to these. So it had said nothing, only natural fibers, and cut them short. So that is what I did, and I'm going to sell these at the craft fair. And see, I made 4 of them. That was all the scraps I had. And then obviously I will just start a new pile of scraps. And if these sell well, then I will order some more suet feeders and sell them at the next craft fair. And if they don't, I will just hang them in my yard and we will have very pretty birds' nests in our yard. So that is what I do with all my scraps. But like I said, you could compost them. That would be the better option versus throwing them away. But now I'm going to get started on Joya's hat. We have a very busy day today. We have to do our Azure co-op, which is, if you've never heard of Azure Standard, it's a food buying group, and you order online and then a big semi truck comes, and it's like you have to order as a group. So everybody puts in their individual orders, and then you have to order, your group has to order like a minimum amount. And then the semi truck comes twice a month and delivers our food. And so every item has your name on it, exactly what you ordered, and everybody helps unload the truck, and then you take your orders and you go home. So we have that today. I am in charge of coordinating it. So I have to get there early and set everything up. And if I have time, I'll take you guys along with me on that. But we have that. We are also meeting somebody who's buying something off Facebook Marketplace. So the semi-truck drop is at like a local park and ride. It's just a big parking lot where people can park their cars while they commute or take the bus or whatever. And so the truck can pull in and we're not in anybody's way. So I told somebody on Facebook Marketplace that I would meet them there. We're selling a ceiling fan, and so I have to take that with me. And then tomorrow we're leaving for our craft fair. So I have to do my mock setup today and make sure I have everything. As you know, because I've talked about it a lot, my husband is not coming with us this weekend. He has to work. And so I need to make sure that I can set everything up. I can pack our big bus, and I can do everything on my own. So that's going to be this afternoon. And then we have to go pick up something else from Marketplace. So I just feel like the day is so scrambled and so chaotic, and I don't like days like this, but it's necessary, and this too shall pass. So I'm not sure how much knitting I'll get done today, but like I said, my goal is to work on Joya's hat, and if I could get this finished today, then I could hopefully take it to the post office tomorrow. We'll see. If not, I'll just have to mail it on Monday when we get back, but it would be very nice to be able to check this off my to-do list and get it out to her so she can get it, as soon as possible. So I'm going to cast on, like I just showed you, for Joya's hat. And then I would like to do the, Mabel, go upstairs, please. So what I was saying before I got interrupted was, if I'm going to have a project in the car to work on while I'm out on the go, I like to at least get it cast on and started. So that way I don't have to count stitches. I don't have to think about it. I can just pick it up and work a couple rows, you know, while we're waiting for the semi truck or while we're waiting to meet somebody. So that's what I'm going to try to do now before we head out on our very busy day. Hi, Mabel James. Bye. Bye. I was waiting for her to go up the stairs. So yeah, I'm going to get casting on for Joya's hat, and then I'm going to head upstairs because apparently my children are needing me right now, which is okay. But I tried to sneak down here to get this yarn wound so I at least could get started on it before her crazy day today. So I will take you guys along with us as we go about today and get ready to go to the craft fair tomorrow. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next clip. All right, bye.
A ghost. Ghosts don't have fingers.
Morning. All right, well, I didn't get to film any of the co-op pickup, but that's okay. There was a lot of people and we were busy and I just didn't even think about it. But it is 1 o'clock in the afternoon and I have finished the hat for little Joya. So she's 3 and I think this will fit her quite well. I just wove in all the ends and added my tag, and now I'm going to get it packaged up, and then when I go run errands this afternoon, I'm going to try to mail it off. So there we go. All right, let's get this one wrapped up. Alright, she's ready to go. Alright, we're gonna go mail off our package. Alright, we're here on one of our driveways and we are going to set up our mock booth for this weekend. So let's get to it. So the thing that makes me most nervous about this weekend is unloading the whole bus by myself and setting up this canopy right here on my own. So I'm gonna practice, I'm gonna see how it goes, and then yeah, all right, let's see how it does. This is supposed to be an easy setup tent, but it's not exactly. feel like I'm just going around in circles with this. It's not as easy as it's supposed to be. Oh. It's something supposed to be about the center, but I can't get it on my own. Okay, we're getting closer. Oh. Aha! You guys hear that? Aha! Two down. Okay. We are proving that we can do hard things. And we shouldn't let fear stop us. Aha! Alright, now comes the fun part. Now, the frame is all popped out. Okay. Ah, hopefully it won't knock over the tripod. By golly, we got it. We did it! Yay! Okay, now I'm out of breath. I'm gonna drag over the tables and I will show you guys that process. All right, here we go. Okay, here we are. We're gonna set up the tables. I'm not going to put the tablecloths on because I just washed them and I don't want them to get dirty out here. As you can see, our driveway is full of oak leaves and we really need to blow it off, but that's for another day. And so we're working with what we got. So yeah, the tablecloths are black and they would show any bit of dirt. So I'm not gonna put them on the tables right now, but I'm gonna set up the tables and then I'm gonna go get the product inside and, well, set up the tables, set up the crates, then get the product, and we're gonna do our whole muck setup. So let's get these tables up. I have two tables. I have an 8-foot table and a 6-foot table. So that way, some of the markets that I do, you can only have a 6-foot table. So this way, I don't have to have like a bunch of different tables. Yeah, so it works. Okay, so this is the little 6-foot table. And these are super easy to set up on my own. Like that. Sorry about the noise. Hold on. Okay, maybe I'll lower you guys. Let's see if this is better. Okay, let's try that. All right. Now this one is our 8-foot table. And this is gonna go behind this needs to come up like that. And then this guy is really big and heavy. Okay, I've got all the crates and the mannequins out. So this is another one of my dilemmas. The mannequins are really bulky, and without my husband here to unload, I don't know if I want to take them. So I'm going to set the table up and see how I feel and see if I think they're worth it. They do add a lot of height to the table, and I feel like they're very eye-catching. So we'll see. I'd like to take them if I can, but I feel like it's also gonna be a lot. But in the spirit of doing hard things, we're gonna see how this goes. So let's get configuring. Last time at the Mountain View one, in this front corner, I had my ghosts and my chickens, and I might do that again because those are very attention grabbing also. And so that way, as people are walking by, they see them right here, and it kind of draws them in. So let's see how we want to do this. Last time I had it like that. I think the mannequins were here. Like that, kind of in the front. So like all the kids' activity books and stuff that I need to pack for this weekend. So much to do. Okay, I want to show you something also. I bought these little gift tags to use as price tags. The first couple of craft fairs I did, I used a paper printout price tag, and it like folds over the brim. I don't have any product out here to show you, but the problem was the price was on the inside of the tag, and so everybody thought it was like just a care tag, and they didn't flip like the inside of the hat to look at the price tag. So then I thought I would just do these, and I would just write like $30 or $40 on these. But the problem is it came with these like raffia strings, and these shed like crazy, and these are so hard to pick out of the knits. So if I use these, I need to attach them onto the hats with like yarn, and of course I learned that after I attach them all with this like raffia twine, like you can just see all the little hairs, and then it just looks like the hats are dirty when they're not. I mean, they stay in plastic duffel bags, you know, from craft fair to craft fair, so they're not getting exposed to anything, and I don't want anybody to think that they're not given the utmost care. So I think we're gonna be done with these raffia tags, and I've been using just my business card. I'll show you guys too, but I think I like that, and then I just attach it with some of the scraps of yarn. And so that's another way to use up the little scraps without throwing them away, is to repurpose them into price tag holders. So definitely make sure your prices are very legible, because people will ask how much things cost. And I'm like, everything, like I painstakingly priced everything, but because the price was on the inside of the hats, people didn't really notice it. So note to self, don't do that. Okay, so I'm gonna save these, but I'm not gonna put them on the hats with the raffia. Okay, we got our pumpkin patch song. Also want to show you guys, I have a variety of hat stands. So this is like a vintage one, and the beanie just sits on top of this. Then I have these that I ordered my first year of doing crafts fairs. Look, can you guys see the ducks? They're going on a little walkabout. So I'd ordered these, which work fine, but they do tend to, like you guys, I don't know if you can see here, they do tend to snag the yarn because this edge is unfinished. So like you can see here too, it just catches on the yarn. So that gets kind of frustrating. So then this year I started transitioning over to these wig stands, which is a lot more life size because it's the actual like round instead of just flat. So I feel like this gives a more accurate representation of how the hat is gonna look. So this is the toddler size. I also have the baby size, and then I have an adult size and then a large adult size. So once I get them down from upstairs, I will bring them down and you guys can see my whole little mannequin family. But yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go get some more crates from inside and see how many crates we wanna have. So I'm gonna turn you guys off for a minute. Okay, I brought out 3 more crates. We're gonna see how they go. Like that. Maybe. Let's see if I move you guys over like that. Is that a better view? There we go. Okay. Okay, I think I'm liking this. Let's see if I tip you guys there. Can you see? Maybe? Okay, so we have the tier there for the ghosts and chickens, and yeah. And then on this table here, I'm gonna put all of my merino beanies. And then in the back corner, we'll use pumpkin patch like last time. And then over here we can have, oh, down here we can have the baby, oh, how does this work? There we go. The baby beanies and the kid beanies. And then up in this crate, we can have the gnomes and then like the baby loveys in here. I think that's gonna be as good as it's gonna get. So I'm gonna go upstairs. I'm gonna bring down all of the product, all of the mannequin heads, and then we'll start seeing where we're gonna put everything else. Okay, I wanted to show you a good example of what I mean. So this one I use that raffia, and there's just little bits of stuff everywhere, or like all of those, and I feel like it just looks super unprofessional. So then I have to spend my time picking off little bits of raffia because I don't want them on my hat, but I still love this one. Okay, so got all the product brought down. I've got all the mannequin heads, and we are gonna get to putting them on the tables and see how I like it. It's kind of starting to rain. It's been threatening to rain all day, and there's a chance of storms tonight. And so I didn't want to put this off till tomorrow in case it's raining tomorrow too. So we're trying to beat the storm. Okay, so this table is all these. these are the big adult heads, and on the baby heads, this post screws into this metal bracket. On the adult heads, it screws in to this wood round, and this was supposed to be connected to this, but their glue just wasn't sticking, and so the heads, every time you bent them, they would just fall off. So today I had to super glue it on all of the adult heads. I actually had even requested a replacement because I thought maybe it was just this batch of glue that wasn't adhering very well. And so they sent me a replacement, and I had to send the bad ones back, but the replacement was just as bad. The heads weren't even connected, and you could just see they'd tried to glue it, but the glue just wasn't sticking. So I'm hoping this glue holds a little bit stronger than the glue they came with. But yeah, these are the adult heads, and it's pretty spot on. I think I have two that are 23 inch and one that's 21 inch for the adult heads. So kind of like two man heads and one woman head. But yeah, I think they'll be a good representation of what a beanie looks like. All right, there's our whole little family up there. Okay. Okay, so this is what I was saying. These are my old tags. And it says beanie, and then I'd circled, excuse me, you know, it has the size, so baby, toddler, child, these are adults. And it says the price on it, but you have to flip it inside out, and people just weren't doing that. So as much as I liked these, as much as I liked these tags, I think it's just not going to work for me. But I'm almost tempted not to even bring these ones. These are the acrylic ones, and people, the last two markets just weren't buying them, which is, I think I've talked about this before. It's funny because these are 30 compared to the merino beanies, which are 60. And I thought these would be a way better selling product than the $60 hats, but no. So we'll see. I'll put them out at this market, and then going forward, I'll see if I want to just do the merinos. Okay, and also, I know I've talked about this before, but this is the acrylic pumpkin hat. It's cute all by itself with the old tags. It's cute, it's fine, but when you look at it next to the merino, like, these are just stunning. Same pattern. This one I did do the knot at the top, but same pattern, but it just shows how different the yarn can make it. Like, this one looks so dull now compared to this one. That's why I'm tempted just to not sell the acrylics. But I know that some people are unsure about wool allergies, and so maybe they're a little bit more hesitant to buy wool for a baby. But I don't think there's that many babies that have a wool allergy, and you're kind of gonna have to find out at some point. So I don't know. These ones sell for 30 and these are 40, and we'll see how they do at this market. In October, I have a big the Half Moon Bay Pumpkin Festival, which is like a huge pumpkin festival. So I'm thinking I will see the difference. Like, look at the colors. The merino is just to die for. I'll see how the pumpkins sell then, and then I'm just not gonna make any more acrylics because I like working with the merino so much better. So I'm gonna turn you guys off while I get this all set up, and then I will show you when I think I have it looking good. So hang on, and I'll see you guys in a minute. Okay, real quick, as I'm putting things out, I wanted to show you how cute these baby lovies are. And everybody thinks they're hats because all I sell is hats. So I don't blame them, but look how cute these are. So these are the pumpkin themes. Some of them have rattles in them and some don't. Okay, it's just the neighbor. But it's a little baby Lovey. So it's got a pumpkin head, these little tendrils for the arms, and then it's just striped and it's sewed up at the bottom. But that's why everybody tries to open it to put it on as a hat. But look how cute these are. They have little stems that say, hello fall. Yeah. So there's this one with the white and the black, and then there's this one. And so this one has the bright orange and this one has the more subdued orange, and it's got, instead of white, it's like this khaki colored, but same thing with the tendril arms. It's like a little pumpkin doll. I love these. Okay, then these ones are super cute too. This is another baby Lovey. It's a teddy bear and he's got a pumpkin hat on. I believe the pattern is from a Crafty Concept. So he's like that, and then he's got little crocheted tendril arms, and he's just drawn up at the bottom instead of sewed together. Oh, I need to fix that little guy. But yeah, I think they're so sweet and I love them, and they're so much fun for fall. So there they are. Hi Mabel, what are you guys doing?
I'm playing.
You're playing? What are you doing in the tree?
I'm trying to climb without falling.
Oh,
Oh, wait. I'm gun bat.
you're a bat?
A gun.
A gun
A
bat?
bat. I'm gonna touch you with my life.
Oh, do bats have wands?
I mean my poison.
Oh, your poisonous wand. Okay.
No, what? My
No.
poisonous wing.
Oh, your poisonous wing. Okay. All right. We're going to wrap it up for the night because the kids are muddy and done.
No,
What?
I need to take my bath.
You need to take a bath. That's right.
Now.
Stop, please. But I wanted to share my excitement because I was almost out of business cards and I was really hoping that this would come. So I ordered my business cards from Canva and the UPS man just delivered them. So now,
The box inside of a box.
a box inside of a box. I have 200 more business cards. So we should be good to go for the show. So this is Mabel's. This is how the booth looks for right now, and we're gonna call it good for tonight. So I'm gonna take pictures, I'm gonna pack everything away, and yeah. I have one empty crate there that I need to figure out something tomorrow. But otherwise we got all the mannequin heads up, and I think it looks pretty good. Thanks so much for watching me as I got my Etsy order and made it and packed it and shipped it, and then as we got ready to go to our craft fair. So I have already posted my craft fair video. So this one is gonna come, this is the video after, but it's really the video before. I just am uploading them out of order. So bear with me. You will have already seen, if you watch my videos, you will have already seen how well we did at the craft fair. But this is the setup for the Lafayette craft fair. And yeah, I am so glad you guys are here. I'm so glad you guys stuck with this long video with the whole Etsy orders and the mock setup. And I really appreciate you guys. So I hope you enjoyed this one, and I will see you guys in the next video. All right, take care.